afternoon. Are you the lady of the house, Mrs. Albright, Mrs. Vernon Albright?
Miss Albright. The lady of the house is just an overgrown daughter.
Oh, I see. I'm Dr. Crane, a psychiatrist of the Family Relations Clinic. We're doing some statistical research. May I ask you some rather impertinent questions in the interest of science?
Well, certainly, Doctor. Come in the living room. If you want some impertinent answers, you've come to the right place. Sit there, Dr. Crane. The couch is more comfortable, but then a psychiatrist on a couch would be rather confusing, wouldn't it?
I simply want to ask you a few questions about your emotional relationships with your parents.
There's only one parent in our family, and that's Dad. He's been both mother and father to me, bless his patient, understanding old heart. He's had to be understanding and shock-resistant to put up with me.
Tell me, do you confide your troubles to him? Tell him your problems?
How can I? The only problem I have is Dad, and he won't confide his troubles to me. Of course, when he's really got himself in a jam, he comes loping for help, naturally.
And you save your poor, helpless father from his difficulty, whatever it may be.
May I ask you a question, Doctor? Just why did my dad send you here?
All right, Margie, I give up.
Then he did send you.
Oh, no, Margie. Coming here was my own idea. Your father's gotten the notion that he's been neglecting you, allowing you to grow away from him because his mind was on business instead of his daughter.
But that's ridiculous. When a man neglects his children for business, he's doing it for them, for their future. Children understand these things even when they're young.
I agree. But he's displaying the typical symptoms of the typical father, guilt feelings, and for the simple reason that you no longer tell him your problems as you used to, I'm sure.
But I haven't got any problems. Honest, Dr. Crane.
Margie, if you want to help your father, you've got to give him a problem to worry about. The only cure I know is for him to feel he's helping you.
You mean I've got to dream up something? Make up a problem for Dad to worry about?
Exactly. Create some little personal problem of your own and confess it to him.
Well, if it'll help Dad, I can cook up something. Now, let's see. How will I break it to him? Dad, I hate to worry you, but I've got a problem. That's no good. Dad, your little Margie has a big problem. Dad, I've got something I've just got to tell you. I want to get it off my conscience.
Margie, is anything wrong?
Well, I hate to bother you with my problems.
Bother me? Why, I'm just tickled to death. Well, I mean, you know how your old dad is always ready and willing to help. Tell me, honey, I'll understand.
All right, but I've just got to blurt it all out before I lose my nerve. The other night, a bunch of us went to a nightclub that has gambling in the back. I didn't know there was gambling until we all went into the back room, and there were the tables and the croupiers, and, I didn't want to be a wet blanket, so I lost $10 of your hard-earned money. I'm so ashamed. Please forgive me, Daddy dear.
Oh, for heaven's sake, is that bothering you?
Oh, isn't that enough?
Oh, honey, I want you to have confidence in me. I want you to tell me everything.
But I did.
Now, baby, you wouldn't have a guilty conscience about an innocent mistake like that. Why, you didn't even know they had gambling. You were just trying to be a good sport. You'll have to think up a better story than that.
You mean you want to try for two?
I want the rest of it. The whole story, the thing that you really want to confess. Your real problem.
Well, my real problem is...
I know, it's a man.
A man? Well, I guess you could say that. And you did, didn't you?
I knew it, Margie. Do you see how understanding I am? And where did you meet this man? At the gambling place? Was it the kiddie club?
Yes, the kiddie club.
And you wouldn't feel guilty about this man except for one thing. He was the croupier at your roulette table. That's it, a dark, handsome gambler.
Hey, let me tell it. This is my story.
All right, Margie, I understand. It's the old story of an innocent girl infatuated with a devil-may-care gambling man. Why, he ought to be horsewhipped.
Dad, let's not lose our heads now. I'm fighting it.
Horsewhipping is too good for him, breaking your heart like that.
Well, maybe time will mend it. Time and a father's helping hand. Oh, I'll do anything to make up for causing you this worry, Dad. I'll even go to a psychiatrist if you want me to.
A psychiatrist? Oh, it's almost 8 o'clock. Margie, I've got to go out for a while. I've got to see a man.
Oh, Dad, wait. You don't have to horsewhip that croupier.
you worry about a thing. I'll take care of everything.
Oh, Dad, no! Don't blame that croupier! Dad! Oh, now what have I done? When Dad goes into that kiddie club, yipe! I'd better get there before he does. Excuse me, but where is your gambling room, please? You know, the roulette tables. I want to talk to one of the croupiers who croup here.
Just a minute. I'm the owner here, Frankie Borick. We don't have any gambling. This is a respectable place. But I'd like to be of service to you anytime, any place.
Thanks, but, well, I'm looking for a dark, handsome croupier, a devil-may-care type that Father wants to horsewhip.
Oh, you must mean Joe. Why didn't you say you were a friend of his? He's in my office now. What'll I tell him I was asking for?
Just tell him it's one of his dolls.
Okay, beautiful. Joey boy really knows how to pick 'em. Getting lost. You looking for me, baby? I'm Joe.
Look, Joe, I haven't got much time to talk. My father's on his way over here to beat your brains out.
What?
But you won't if you'll tell him it's all over between us.
It sure is. I don't even know you.
I'll explain everything, but we've got to hurry before Dad gets here.
Now, wait.
Don't talk, just listen. I told my father I was madly in love with you because he's got guilt feelings, and the psychiatrist said that's the only way to cure him. So when he comes here, you just tell him it was gay while it lasted, but now I'm just a memory. Oh, thanks for helping me out. You're a darling.
Well, wait a minute. I didn't agree to anything yet. I don't think.
But you will, won't you? It's just a little gag. If you'll go along with it, I'll love you forever.
Now, look, I don't know what this is all about, but I will play ball on one condition, that you give me a date so we can talk this thing over. After all, when a beautiful girl falls for me, I think I'm entitled to know what my fatal attraction is. Deal?
Deal. Now I've got to get out of here before...
For a croupier.
Now, wait a minute. Don't start throwing punches. I can explain everything.
I'll just sit down and relax. This is just a friendly man-to-man talk. I'm sure you'll find me a most understanding father. First, I want to apologize for barging in here like this, but I've just been to a psychiatrist who advised me not to even come here.
Oh, think nothing of it. The joint is jumping with screwballs tonight.
Just one thing. Are you as crazy about Margie as she is about you?
Let's just say the whole thing is real crazy.
That's the madness of love, my boy. Believe me, I understand. Now sit back and relax and tell me how you started on the primrose path.
Listen, Mr. Albright.
All right. It wasn't all your fault. You were born on the wrong side of the tracks, underprivileged. You got in with evil companions. First, it was just an innocent game of mumbly peg played for ice cream cones. Then you started pitching pennies on street corners. Then it was just a short step to the pool parlor with a dime on the 8-ball. And then you wind up in this gambling den. Think, boy, think. Whither are you drifting?
I don't know, but I think it's time I drifted.
Oh, now, just a minute, sit down. I didn't come here to condemn you. I came here to help you. If Margie cares for you, the least I can do is make an honest man of you.
Well, thanks just the same, but...
I'm going to give you a job where we can work together. You're going to be my assistant at Honeywell and Todd.
What?
Here's my business address. I want you to report to me at 9 o'clock in the morning. Good luck.
Now, wait a minute. You don't know what you're doing. I've got a job right here.
I don't want to resort to pressure unless I have to. If you're not in my office at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'll feel compelled to go to the authorities about the illegal gambling in this nightclub. Then you'll be out of a job and in jail. I leave you to make your decision. Good night, sir.
Mike, tell the boss I got to go out on an errand. Mr. Gilmore, I don't get your angle. You want me to take this job with Albright. Why?
Now, take it easy, Brady. You're one of the DA's best investigators, and I wouldn't suggest leaving your undercover job at Frankie Borax if it didn't have a good reason.
But I've spent a year getting in solid with Borax's mob, so I can nab him with that 300 grand worth of hot money. If I quit now, what happens to our evidence?
Look, Joe, Borax's going to hang on to those marked bills until he finds the right spot to unload them. Well, what safer place than the respectable investment firm of Honeywell and Todd? You'll be Frankie's personal broker. See my angle now?
Yeah. You mean I take this job with Albright and tell Borax he can invest hot money for a cold cash return?
Well, that's the general idea, Brady. And the minute you get your hands on that marked money, you blow the whistle on Frankie Borax.
Well, it's about time you got here. I've been waiting for you.
Well, I came as soon as you called, Dad. What's this big surprise thing all about, anyway?
Good morning, Margie, darling.
What are you doing here?
Margie, I want you to meet my new assistant, Joseph Brady.
Assistant? But, Dad...
Now, don't waste your breath thanking me. It's no more than any wise, understanding father would do. If you care for Joe, the least I can do is rehabilitate the man of your choice.
You can be proud of me now, honey. I've gone straight. Your father showed me the light. Sir, may you never regret this noble thing that you've done.
All I did was inspire you with my own sterling example, and now I'll leave you two lovebirds alone. I'm sure you must have a lot to say to each other.
Yes, I've got plenty to say. What's with this rehabilitation bit?
Well, your father reformed me, that's all. He's a wonderful man.
Well, never mind him. It's you I'm trying to figure.
But, Margie, there's nothing to figure. Surely you wouldn't deny me the opportunity at an honest job, would you? After all, I helped you out of a jam. The least you can do is help me.
Yes, that's true. You did help me keep Dad happy, and that was the whole idea. Well...
Look, Margie, I'm expecting my first client pretty soon now. But I'll tell you what. Why don't we get together for that date you promised me, and we'll talk the whole thing out then?
Well, okay. You call me then. You know, you're going to make an attractive addition to the firm at that.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Relax, boys. You'll have to excuse my bodyguards. I carry large sums of money. I'm Frankie Borax, the owner of the Kitty Club.
The Kitty Club? Well, that's where Joe...
Joe used to work. Yeah, he's my broker now.
But, Dad, you hardly ate a bite of dinner.
I wasn't hungry.
There's something on your mind. Anything go wrong at the office today? Has it anything to do with Joe?
Now, Margie, I'll handle this. After all, Joe Brady is my problem.
Then it was Joe. What's he done?
Nothing. It's just that I don't like the type of client he's bringing to the firm.
Joe said he was expecting a client when I talked to him. Who was it?
Well, if you must know, it's the owner of the Kitty Club, Frankie Borax.
Oh, no. Well, Joe said he was through with those gamblers, that he was going straight.
Maybe he is. Still, I can't say that I like the prospect of the underworld moving in on Honeywell and Todd. When Mr. Honeywell gets back in town and takes a gander at Joe's clients, it'll be my neck that gets chopped. That is, if everything's not on the up and up.
Well, you can't afford to take any chances, Dad. After all, you don't know anything about this Joe Brady.
If he's good enough for my daughter, he's good enough for me.
But, Dad, I don't want to be responsible for getting you into trouble.
It's not your responsibility anymore. Well, I'm going down to the office. Joe's working tonight, and I'll keep my eye on him.
Break out me a bonnet stuff tonight, Mike. I'm expecting a heavy play. Well, hello there, beautiful.
Hello, handsome.
If you're looking for Joe, he doesn't work here anymore.
I know. He flaked out on me and went straight, the dope. He also gave me the brush for some society dame.
No kidding. Well, what do you know? Then, you're available?
Could be. Depends on you. I'm looking for a job. You need a cigarette girl?
Now, ain't that a coincidence? My regular cigarette girl happens to be leaving.
Yeah? When's she leaving?
Right now. Got it, boss. Just delivering a little money. I'm thinking of maybe investing with your old boyfriend, Joe.
Yeah?
Yeah, now you go to the dressing room and get into your outfit. I'll see you later. Ain't that a beautiful sight? How could 300 grand look so cool and green, be so hot? Well, I guess we're just about ready to contact Joey, boy.
Joe, you've worked long enough for one day. There's no reason why you should stick around the office any longer, is there?
Well, the best reason in the world. Money. I've got a hot deal cooking.
Joe, is there anything that you'd like to tell me before it's too late?
No, I don't think so. Oh, excuse me. Hello. Oh, hello, Frankie.
I think I got a little investment for you, Joey boy. Something like a hot number, huh? Can you handle a large sum? Say 300 grand?
Sure, Frankie. That's exactly the kind of money I've been looking for. Sure, I can come and get it. Right. You've got yourself a deal. Well, Mr. Albright, I've got to go out and talk to a client. Before this night is over, sir, you're going to be very proud of me. I'll see you in the morning.
Right, Joe.
Cigar, cigarette? Cigar, cigarette? Cigar, cigarette? Cigar, cigarette?
How are your Panatellas?
My goodness, are they showing too?
Panatellas are cigars, those thin ones. Thank you.
Margie, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here? I thought you'd gone straight.
Well, I have. I'm here on business.
Well, so am I.
Margie, where are you going?
I'm going to find out what you and Borak are up to. I'm not going to let you ruin my father and Honeywell and Todd, you double-crosser.
Not so loud.
I'll be just as loud as I want to. Dad trusted you.
All right. I guess I'm going to have to trust you. I'm with the DA's office. I know I was a croupier, but that was my cover-up to get next to Borak. He's got $300,000 of marked money in his office right now. Don't talk, just listen. I can't tell you everything. But, Margie, you're going to have to trust me. And stay out of the way. There may be trouble.
Park the hardware, boys. It's only little Joey. Here's the green stuff, Joey. 300 G's. On the nose.
Frankie, I've been looking for this particular stack for a long time.
Take care of it, Joey. That's Frankie's personal private loot.
In that case, maybe I better give you a receipt. All right, boys. Put your guns on the desk.
Cigar, cigarette, pantaloons. Cigar, cigarette, pantaloons.
Excuse me, miss. Where is Mr. Borak's office? Thank you.
You mean to say you've been working for the DA's office all this time?
That's right, Frankie. And after tonight's work, I'm going to be their #1 boy. Seeing as you were so nice to me, I'll use my influence to get you a private cell. Now, hand me that phone. All right, get back against the wall. Mr. Albright.
Joe, I've come to save you from yourself and take you away from all of this. What are you doing with that gun?
Keep out of this, Mr. Albright.
Oh, no, Joe, don't do this. I beg you. Gambling is one thing, but armed robbery is another. Give me that gun before you make a tragic mistake.
Stop. You're making a mistake.
Oh, Joe, come on now. Give me that gun. Be a nice fellow.
You don't know what you're doing. Keep away from me, you fool.
Joe, I'm only doing this for your own good.
Mr. Albright, no, stop it, no!
Oh, now, really, that wasn't necessary, old man. However, I'm sure he'll be grateful to both of us when he comes to, hey?
One shot will bring the whole joint piling in. Have him from behind, nice and quiet.
That's right, Sergeant, the Kitty Club. And hurry, there's gangsters and hot money all over the place. Never mind who this is. I'll meet you at the front door.
So this would pour old Joe back into life of crime, eh? I hope you won't hold it against him, Mr. Borak.
No, not at all. Say, would you mind counting this money? I want to make sure that none of it is missing.
Why, certainly. How much is supposed to be here?
300,000.
Oh, 300,000.
Nice work, beautiful. But what's the idea?
Look, Frankie, you're in a jam. You know who Joe really is? He's a copper, and he's working with a guy I just popped. He's a police stoolie who fronts as an investment broker.
How do you know all this?
The joint's crawling with the DA's men. I overheard Joe talking to him when he came in. He didn't see me, but I sure spotted him. This'll teach him to give me the old heave-ho.
What's all this about the DA's men?
But they're staked out at different tables waiting for Joe to give them the tip-off.
I gotta get my dough out of here before they move in.
Don't worry, handsome. I've got it made.
Hey, what are you doing?
Nobody else suspects a cigarette girl. Did you ever see one that didn't have a tray full of money? I'm taking this right out the front door.
Yeah, I know, but... Okay, beautiful. If this works, you're in for a cut.
It'll work. Now, you just follow a few steps behind me. I'll meet you at the front door. Got it?
Got it.
Cigar?
Thanksgiving, I couldn't afford a daisy.
How about nice profuncto? Too strong? Okay. How about this one? Too mild? All right. How about this? Too much tobacco? Here's $300,000, officer, and it's hotter than a jet pilot's tailpipe. Well, go on, take it.
Just a minute. What's going on here?
Well, never mind that. Arrest those crooks.
Just a little wacky, Sergeant. I can explain everything.
Okay, you little double-crosser. We'll take care of you. Bring her along.
Hold it, Borax. This is the end of the line.
Oh, Joe, am I glad to see you.
Margie, get that money and get out of here quick.
Oh, Joe, put that gun down. Will you stay out of this? Stop to save you from your evil self.
I'm sorry, Dad, but I've got to save you from your noble self.
Margie!
Drop that gun.
It's all right, Sergeant. I'm from the DA's office.
Maybe so, but I'm taking all you guys in.
Well, don't forget me. I demand to be taken into protective custody.
Protective custody? What for? Don't worry about these guys. You won't need any protection from them.
Oh, I'm not worried about them. I want to be protected from him when he comes through.
Now, you listen to me, Margie, all
But,
right?
Dad, I had to conk you, don't you see? Otherwise, they'd have gotten away with the money, and poor Joe would have been in the soup with the DA, and it would have been all your fault.
My fault? You made the whole thing up.
Doctor's orders, Dad.
Well, that's my little Margie.